All right, all right. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen. I'm coming back once again. I hope everybody's doing well. We're talking about rape again in this video, but this time I'm coming at it from a different angle. And I want to give a shout out to everybody, and especially to my sister, Iroc, in this video. We had a talk about this yesterday. We was talking about rape and the email that you sent me, Iroc. Very powerful. And I have did videos about this before, but I'm going to come at it a different angle like my sister was talking about, because I want to talk to the teenagers for a moment in this video. And I wish that if you are parents looking at this video, you would actually sit your kids in the room to look at this video, because I'm coming from the heart, and I'm not coming talking about opinions and what somebody else say. I'm talking to I'm talking to you from what had happened to me. And rape is nothing to play around with. And like my sister Iroc say, it's nothing that should be overlooked. But we got a lot of fast young girls out here. And we got a lot of fast young boys out here. And by my sister Iroc being a school teacher, dealing with kids who she have a love for, and how much stuff she have to see and deal with. And she was explaining to me about this one situation. So if you have your teenagers around, I want to talk about young people and teenagers, minors having sex. And this thing about rape, people, let me tell you something. It'll make your life per hell. And you could be locked up for the rest of your life behind this. So young boys, listen very closely. And young women, listen very closely, because I'm about to tell you something from the heart and out of love. My sister Iroc sent me this email. And she say I have all kind of mothers who come up to me telling me about young boys calling their home and asking if their daughters were dating these young boys. And we all know how a lot of parents don't even want to listen to their children. And parents, you need to really listen in this video also, because it's some things that your children really want to express to you, but sometimes they are blocked off. And I'm not saying all parents do this, but I'm saying it's some holding it down folks that don't want to talk about sex. And let me tell you something. What you don't teach your children in your home, the streets will teach them, and the streets will get them. And my sister Iroc was telling me about how, this one incident, and some people, don't allow they daughters to, date. So what some of these daughters are doing is sneaking behind their parents' back. They sneaking behind their back, and it's boys doing the same thing, and one thing lead to another. The next thing you know, somebody has hollered out rape. And she was telling me in the email how, this one girl, and just forgive me if I'm telling it wrong, but I'm trying to tell it in my memory, Iroc. I should have had the email up over there. But you was saying this one girl made up all kind of lies, and that these boys raped her. And come to find out, they was just having sex. But when they put off in the interrogation room and the police started, interrogating her, she couldn't deal with it. So the truth came out that she made up lies. So they wound up charging her with false statements or whatever. But she made up lies. But the good thing was those young men didn't go to jail. Now, do you know how many young men are in jail behind "he raped me"? Listen to me close, young women. This can cause a man his life. And when you go to prison behind rape, they don't take that too kindly in there, because you will wind up being raped. And I got kinfolks right now who are still locked up in prison fighting for their life. This is nothing to play around with. When you lying about sex, lying and said he raped me, see, same thing happened to me. Same thing happened to me. And I don't have no problem speaking about this, because I hope this could help somebody. But young women, you can't be going around here saying he raped me and then lying and laughing about it, think it's a joke. Those boys could have got hit very hard. They could have got hit very hard with that charge. And nowadays, the way let me tell you something, I know a lot about the law. I know a lot about the law. And when you play around with something like that so seriously, that can get you killed. So this is why we talking about this other side about, and I'm not putting fault on women, it takes two. I did an old video called "Men, Keep Your Penis in Your Pants." And young women, just keep your legs closed. Now I know somebody don't want to hear this. And I know most holding down folks ain't gonna agree with this, but you know what? This is why you can come to me on her. I'm going to reach out as much as I can, because it's a shame that you can't talk about this stuff in church, because all church folks want to do is be religious. When it comes to a subject like rape, oh no, we can't talk about that. Like rape ain't going on. Like abortion ain't going on. Like oral sex ain't going on. My boy T-Ma did a video about this. I think that was in Georgia. It was a young girl, 13 years old. Got caught having oral sex behind people's house. And you don't want to talk about this stuff, and most of these women, young women, are pregnant. Young men doing dirt. I mean, young men, if you are listening, JT is not trying to beat you in the head in this video. I'm telling you to be careful. See, back in my day growing up, it wasn't no going with somebody and you didn't meet their parents like we were saying, Iroc. And nowadays, it's sad that the young people are looking up to the adults, and adults are showing a bad example. Because it ain't no being married no more. It's just shacking up. It's hoeing around. Not a good example to set. Those boys could have got locked up in prison. They will rape you in prison. Like I say, they didn't play that with us. If we was gonna date, my mama need to say where their parents said, where y'all going, how long y'all gonna be out. Let me speak to their parents on the phone. But we don't see that too much nowadays. Most people are just having sex all over, and they go to the church for help, they can't get it. And fellas, young men, if you think a woman won't holler out rape on you, yes, she will. I'm talking about 14 years old, 15 years old, young teenagers. Listen in this video. If you can avoid from this, try your best. And young women, some of y'all don't make it out alive. That's why I say I tell the truth. It's actually men raping women, and then it's actually women lying about being raped. But in this video, we're talking about young people, young teenagers. We are living in some trying times. We living in a world that's just full of wickedness. And see, the main thing I hate about what most parents don't want to do, they don't want to go back and say how they used to be. So then you want to be overprotective, and you get and you wonder why your children come out like they come out, when all you have to do is keep it real. Let me tell you something. I deal with a lot of youth, and I'm giving a shout out to my boy Brandon in this video also. And what they do at his church, they talk about things that most churches won't talk about. Instead of a Bible study night, you know what they do some nights? A real talk night about rape, about abortion, about teenage pregnancy. We need these things to be talked about, because it's sad when you look in the church and most of the teenagers are pregnant. I just did a video talking about how this young girl mama made her have the abortion. So young men, listen to me very closely in this video. You do not want this to happen to you. And young women, you shouldn't walk around lying. And it ain't, I got older people, 40 and up, 30 and up, who have been through this same stuff. And some women can be mad at you fellas and will holler out, he raped me. And I'm gonna tell you something, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna take the woman's side. I spoke with a man the other day who just got out. He did 20 years behind this same mess. He went in when he was 17, I believe. Well, do the math. You know how old he is now. And he was innocent. One girl was mad that he wouldn't sleep with her. And she wanted him so bad that she would do anything to get him, but he kept turning her down. So she made up all kind of lies. Let me tell you something. These parties, man, all of this stuff going on, these threesomes, this sleeping around, if you can prevent it, don't do it. And I know as a young teenager, if you're not fitting in, people ain't gonna think you cool. But I'm gonna tell you something, not fitting in will save your life. I know too many young women that want to fit in. If I'm not sleeping with him, if I don't kiss him, if I don't do this, they going to think I'm square. Well, be square. Being square save your life. being square will keep you from being pregnant. Not fitting in will keep you from having an abortion. Because why? You won't get pregnant because you ain't trying to fit in and sleep around. Say your homegirl sleeping around, they're going to wish that they didn't. Young men, if you sleeping around, you're going to wish that you did. Let me tell you something. When JT stood before the judge, see, this is not hard for me to talk about, but it gets me mad when I think about what I went through and I try to, help others, because I got mad because the fact the judge didn't even let me explain nothing. He just pretty much threw the book at me. And here I am, charged with rape. But I had a lawyer on my side who haven't lost not one battle. I had a lawyer, and his name was Jesus. Didn't have to spend no money. He said, my innocent son, I got your back. I'm going to bail you out. But you do not want to go through your life with this type of stuff. You won't be able to. Let me tell you something, young man. If you get rape charged on you, it's going to be hard getting a job. People ain't going to want you around their children. If you are older men, if you dealing with it, you already know what I'm talking about. Your neighbors don't want you living beside them. Now they want you to put a sign in your yard saying sex offender. You got to walk around with this blue card. And if you move, you got to go register to their police station. It will make your life per hell. I went through all of that. Church folks, well, let me tell you one of the most difficult things that was hard for me to deal with what I deal with in my neighborhood. Everybody was calling me a rapist. Everybody thought I beat this woman up so bad and raped her. And this one lady, I won't reveal her name, but it's sad when I was walking down the street and I look on the light pole and I see a picture of myself. Molesters, child molesters, rapists, my picture on my own block in my own neighborhood by the church folks. Yes, God is my witness. Do you know how that made me feel? So young men and young women, listen at your boy from the heart in this video. I'm not going to go into details about everything I went through in this video, but I will tell you this: stay away from it. All sex is the most happening thing going on. Teenage pregnancy, abortion, all of this stuff, porn is the most happening thing going on. Church folks, y'all need to wake the hell up. And I'm saying it like I want to. Y'all need to wake the hell up and address these issues in the house of God, because it's all in the Word. That's why I've been on here doing these videos about rape and abortion and teenage pregnancy and wickedness and sin and sex, idolatry, you name it. If you got a question, if your pastor don't want to talk about it, bring it to JT. And I'm not higher than nobody. I'm just a servant. I will tell you the truth, because I don't want nobody to go through a rape charge. Young men, young women. Women, if you can keep your legs closed, do it. You got a great future in front of you. Think about college. Think about making something out of your life. Parents, tell the truth to your children. Because real talk, parents, y'all know y'all wasn't all that perfect. No, you wasn't. So why you can't tell your daughter or your son about sex, about you can get raped? Because I'm going to say this again. What you don't want to teach them, the streets going to teach them, and the streets going to teach them the wrong way. I believe a lot of children will open up to their parents if the parents would stop being so holier than thou and stuck up like they lived the perfect life. This is why I reach a lot. I'm not saying this for no hand clap, but I reach a lot of young people on here and wherever I'm at, because I'm going to come from the heart. You want to talk to me about rape? Come on, bring it on. You want to talk to me about abortion? You want to talk to me about all sex, fornicating, whatever? I'm not going to run from the title, because it need to be addressed. God bless you and God keep you. Keep your legs closed, and men, keep your penis in your pants. Young man and older men. God bless you.